So good morning, all of you. So today, an interesting topic, that is redox reaction. Redox reaction and some oxidation numbers calculations. That is continuity part of tomorrow's SS class. So some examples, some other examples towards your oxidation number calculation, and then oxidation reduction and redox reactions and types of redox reactions. This is our target towards today's class. Okay, so see here, I'm going to write some examples to calculate oxidation states or oxidation numbers based on yesterday's rules. CaOCl2, its name is bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. So what is the oxidation state of chlorine? What is the oxidation state of chlorine? That is CaOCl2. Next, in NaH4NO3, it is called as ammonium nitrate. What is the oxidation state of nitrogen? Here and here and oxidation state of nitrogen. Next, tetrathionate, S4O6. Just a minute. S4O6 2 minus ion. It is tetrathionate ion. Here, what is the oxidation state of sulfur? Oxidation state of sulfur. Now, calculate. Before going to calculate these ions or these molecule structures, you should write down structural formula of this formula, structural formula. So now I am writing structural formula of these compounds here. CaOCl2, that is calcium bonded with oxygen, that oxygen bonded with chlorine. Here this chlorine, this is the calcium connected to chlorine. It is the structure of CaOCl2. It is the structure of CaOCl2. Okay. Now, what are the oxidation states of this calcium and here? No doubt, oxygen has a -2 oxidation state in it. Oxygen has -2 oxidation state. No doubt, calcium, it should be +2 oxidation. It is second group element. Second year group element, that is calcium oxidation state +1. The chlorine connected to calcium is negative. Because it is positive, it is negative ion. That is why it is -1 oxidation state. The chlorine which is connected to oxygen, because it is negative, it should be positive. Because it is negative, it should be positive. It is +1 oxidation state. +1 oxidation state. Now, therefore, oxidation state of chlorine is equal to +1 and -1. +1 and -1. If you calculate like this, for example, just like in your yesterday's class, that is calcium +2 plus oxygen -2 plus 2 into X is equal to 0 because there is no charge about it. Now X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means oxidation state of chlorine in CaOCl2 is equal to 0. That means, so two chlorines have this, because see here, it is +1, it is -1. Total value becomes 0. Total value becomes 0. But individually, one chlorine has +1 charge, another chlorine has -1 charge. Therefore, oxidation state of chlorine is both +1 and -1. The chlorine attached to calcium is -1. Chlorine attached to oxygen is +1. It is applicable. So it is possible if you know the structure of this molecule. If you know the structure of molecule. That is why I wrote here the structure also. So please be mind. It is the oxidation state of the chlorine in bleaching powder. It is important. So next one. In ammonium nitrate. In ammonium nitrate, this ammonium nitrate is indicated with by taking this is as ammonium plus ion and O3 minus ion. Therefore, calculate NH4 plus ion, here nitrogen oxygen state, and NO3 minus ion, here nitrogen oxygen state, as per our rules. As per our rules, that is, we don't know the oxygen state of nitrogen, let it be X plus 4 into each hydrogen has plus 1 is equal to plus 1 and is equal to plus 1. That implies X is equal to minus 3 and now oxygen state of nitrogen, here it is minus 3 and oxygen state of nitrogen is minus 3. But in N3 NO3 minus ion, here this is, let it be X plus 3 into each oxygen has minus 2 states, which is equal to minus 1 charge. Therefore, X is equal to plus 5. Here oxygen state of nitrogen is plus 5 and here nitrogen is in minus 3 oxygen state, here nitrogen is in plus 5 oxygen state. These are the oxygen states of nitrogen in NH3 and O4, that is ammonium nitrate. Both the oxygens are not in same environment. So environment also decides the oxygen state of the element. So that is why, so you should decide the environment. So it is in with the hydrogen, it is with nitrogen, that is why individually you should calculate each and every element oxidation state. So it is one of the ways to find out ammonium nitrate oxidation stage. Okay, next S4O6. S4O6 2 minus. So how to identify this structure? S4O6 2 minus. See here. First of all, structure, note down the structure. That is sulfur, double bond O, one oxygen with minus charge. Next, another sulfur, double bond O, one oxygen with minus charge. One oxygen with minus charge. So 2 sulfurs are completed. Remaining 2 sulfurs in between these two as like this and like this. This is the structure of S4O6 minus 2. That is the structure of S4O6 minus 2. Now, no doubt. So this is the oxygen having minus 2 oxygen state, oxygen with minus 2, oxygen with minus 2. Here also, 3 oxygens are in minus 2 oxygen state. Minus 2 oxygen state. Now, what is the oxygen state of sulfur? Count the number of bonds. That's enough to you. Oxygen state. Here, 2, 4 plus 1, 5. Between similar elements, bonds are not counted, my dear boys. That is why here sulfur has 2 plus 2 plus 1. Only 5 bonds, not 6 bonds, because it is between sulfur and sulfur. Therefore, this sulfur is in plus 5 state. And because these are negative, this is plus 5. Next, here also, see here, 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5. It is with sulfur with another sulfur. So, chlorine with chlorine, nitrogen with nitrogen, sulfur with sulfur, those bonds are not counted in. So, here it is also plus 5. And it is also plus 5. Now, what about this? Here, sulfur with sulfur, sulfur with sulfur. Now, this sulfur has 0 oxygen state. This sulfur also has 0 oxygen state. So, very, very important. These are the special cases for the here. These are the special cases. So what is the central sulfur oxygen state? These 2 sulfurs have 0 oxygen state. These 2 sulfurs have plus 5 oxygen state. Oxygens have minus 2 oxygen state. These are the oxidation states of sulfur here. Oxidation states of sulfur here. So this is very, very, very important. And on your board, 3 different types of compounds are there. All these 3 different types of compounds, very important to identify the oxidation states. Special cases. So in general cases you should calculate it just like X, unknown term X, just like unknown term X, and remaining elements are we know the oxidation states of those remaining elements. So finally we will calculate the unknown term oxidation state. But like that, these are not possible. You should know the structure of these compounds, then only it is possible to find out the oxidation states of the elements. Okay. So that structures you should learn in our chemistry in these 2 years. So that is as per your regular concepts. It is not directly possible. Okay. So based on your learning concepts, so day by day, this structure you should know only. So this structure is in your 16th group element. That 16th group element is in your 2nd year. Okay. So that 2nd year, no doubt, we will explain the structures of these compounds. So like that you should know. So otherwise, so please try to Please try to identify, draw the structures like this. So because sulfur always can form 6 bonds, so try yourself, try yourself. So in practice, it will possible, and in practice it is possible, and no doubt. Okay. Now one more example. Brown ring అండి. In practical organic chemistry, to confirm the nitrate ion, brown ring test is conducted. Brown ring test. During that brown ring, a complex compound is formed. In that complex compound, what is the oxidation state of that iron? That is the question. In brown ring complex, what is the oxidation state of iron? So please be mind, it is the brown ring complex. So that brown ring complex is Fe H2O 5 times NO SO4. It is a brown ring complex. Please be mind, no doubt. It is. Please be remember by hearting, no doubt. It is by hearting. Here, what is the oxidation state of iron? I don't know the oxidation state, so let it be X plus 5 water molecules are there, plus 1 NO molecule is there, plus 1 SO4 ion is there. Altogether, the value is equal to 0. So no charge on this. It is 0. So we don't know the oxidation state of X, plus 5. Each water molecule is 0 because neutral molecule in it. H2O is neutral itself. Plus 1. NO is taken as plus 1 oxidation state. And please be mind, oxidation state of NO is plus 1. Plus 1 into SO4 has a minus 2 oxidation state. Therefore, 1 into minus 2, which is equal to 0. Therefore, X plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to plus 1. Therefore, oxidation state of iron in this case is plus 1. Oxidation state of iron in this brown ring complex is plus 1. Number of times asked bit, previous bit it is. In brown ring complex, the oxidation state of iron is plus 1. Generally, iron exhibits plus 2 and plus 3 oxidation states. These are the common oxidation states. But in this case, iron is in plus 1, not plus 2, not plus 3. Please be mind. Please be mind. It is very, very important. In brown ring complex, the oxidation state of iron is plus 1. And oxidation state of iron is plus 1. Okay. So here, what is neutral? That is taken as 0. NO is positive one, positive ring taken as. So it is the ligand. It is the ligand. Positive ligand. That is why it is plus 1. So in coordination compounds, what is ligand? We will discuss any. So that is in chemical bonding concept. So next, the SO4. Well, no doubt we know SO4 has minus 2 charge. That is the 1 SO4 has 1 minus 2 charges. So altogether, X has a plus 1 oxidation state. That X is iron oxidation state. These are the different variety of compounds. You should know already. Some structures are drawn here. Okay. So some new structures you should learn on your practice. So no doubt it is the way to find out the oxidation states. Not directly from the formula. Some oxidation states are calculated with the help of the structures. So this is the different way of calculating of oxidation states. So is there any doubt, my dear boys? Oxidation states. So yesterday and today, these are the different way of approaching to calculate oxidation state of the particular element. Okay. Now I'm explaining oxidation and reduction, and then what are the types of redox reactions. Now calculate here. What is the oxidation state of chlorine in Cl2O7? What is the oxidation state of chlorine? Tell me, waiting for you. What is the oxidation state of chlorine in Cl2O7? Please, fast. Yes. Is this plus 7 or minus 7? Plus 7. Yes. So see here, we don't know the oxygen state of chlorine. 2 into x plus 7 into minus 2. There is no charge. That's why it is 0. Therefore, x is equal to plus 7. Therefore, oxygen state of chlorine is plus 7. Next, what about the chlorine oxidation state in HClO4 minus? Its name is perchloric acid. Perchloric acid. What is the chlorine oxidation state in perchloric acid? Yes, it is 7. So hydrogen plus 1 plus x plus 4 into minus 2. There is no charge is equal to 0. That implies x is equal to plus 7. It is perchloric acid. Okay. So like this, you should calculate everyone. Now, the topic is oxidation and reduction. What is this oxidation and reduction? In our chemistry, this oxidation and reduction are most frequently used words. Oxidation and reduction are most frequently used words. So reduction and oxidation. What is this oxidation? What is this reduction? So see here, different number, different conditions. One is oxidation is nothing but addition of oxygen is oxidation. Addition of oxygen is oxidation. In reduction, loss of oxygen is reduction. Loss of oxygen is reduction. Gain of oxygen is oxidation. Next, these are the some statements. Second one, loss of hydrogen is oxidation. Loss of hydrogen is oxidation. Next, here, what is reduction? It is gaining of hydrogen. That is addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen is reduction. So, see, later I am going to explain one by one. So, loss of hydrogen is oxidation, gain of, that is addition of hydrogen is reduction. So, during the reaction, if hydrogens are added, that reaction is reduction. If hydrogens are lost, that is oxidation. If oxygen is added, that is oxidation. If oxygen is lost, that is reduction. So, next one. Third one. That is increase in oxidation state of element. Increase in oxidation state of element is oxidation. Next, here, decrease in oxidation state of element. In the reaction, a decrease in oxidation state of an element is observed. That is reduction. Increase in oxidation state of element is oxidation. Decrease in oxidation state of an element is reduction. Next one. Loss of electrons is oxidation. Next, gain of electrons is reduction, or addition of electrons is reduction. So these are the four different methods to identify oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction, these are the different conditions. With respect to oxygen, loss of oxygen is reduction, gain of oxygen is oxidation. With respect to hydrogen, loss of hydrogen is oxidation, the addition of hydrogen is reduction. Increase in oxidation number is oxidation, decrease in oxidation number is reduction. Next, loss of electrons is oxidation, gain of electrons is reduction. So what is this oxidation reduction? In nowadays, so these are the two words frequently used, right? Oxidation and reduction. So increase in oxidation state of an element or loss of electrons is generally taken as oxidation. Opposite words are reduction. Opposite words are reduction. So in a particular chemical reaction, a single oxidation and a single reduction is not possible. Oxidation takes place if there is reduction. Reduction takes place only if there is an oxidation. only if there is an oxidation. That means oxidation reaction takes place simultaneously at a time. Oxidation is there if there is reduction. Reduction is there if there is an oxidation. So oxidation, single reduction is not possible. Oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. That's why that particular reaction having both oxidation and reduction at a time is called as a redox reaction. A reaction having both oxidation and reduction is taken as a redox reaction. So that means, what is a redox reaction? Redox means red is nothing but reduction. Ox means oxidation. That means reduction plus oxidation in a reaction is called as a redox reaction. It's called as a redox reaction that contains both oxidation and reduction simultaneously. What is oxidation? These are the conditions. What is reduction? These are the conditions. Now I'm going to explain one by one here. See here, there is a compound AO. A connected with oxygen. O means oxygen. It reacts with beta. It reacts with B. During this reaction, AO is changed to A and B is changed to B1. It is a chemical reaction. In this chemical reaction, what happened? So here AO change to AN. Is there loss of oxygen or gain of oxygen takes place? That is loss of oxygen. Loss of oxygen. So AO losing that electron oxygen and converts into AO. To which that losing possible. So to which that oxygen is donated by that AO. So this AO donates one oxygen to B. AO donates oxygen to B. A change it to A. AO is changed to A. B change it to by taking that oxygen B1. B1. Here addition of oxygen takes place. Addition of oxygen takes place. Now what happens here? AO losing oxygen. Now AO reduced. AO is taken as reduced. AO is reduced to A by losing oxygen. B taking oxygen and converts into 1. Now B is oxidized. B is oxidized. B is oxidized and AO is reduced. B is oxidized. B is oxidized. That means this is oxidation reaction. B is changed to BO is the oxidation reaction. This is taken as oxidation part of the reaction. This is AO changed to A. That is the reduction part of the reaction. Reduction part of the reaction. Okay, B changed to BO. That means this is the reaction having both oxidation and reduction. Therefore, it is a redox reaction. It is a redox reaction. So that means redox reaction having both oxidation part and reduction part. Okay, so it is oxidation and reduction. Now, what is that particular compound involved in reduction? So, for example, if AO is there, it is converted into A. Is this possible without B? Tell me, my dear boys, is this reaction AO is changed to A? this reaction is possible. Is this reaction is possible if there is no B? Possible or not possible? Yes or no? Is this reaction AO is changed to A is possible or not possible if there is no B in this reaction? Hey, are you there? Not possible because AO donates oxygen to B. That means so B is acceptor to oxygen. B is not acceptor to oxygen. If there is no B, this donation is not possible. If there is no B, this donation is not possible. That means AO is reduced. This reduction is possible only in the presence of B. So that means this reduction takes place with the help of this one. That means B is taken as a reducing agent. This reduction is done by this one. If there is no B, this reduction is not take place. If there is no B, this reduction is not take place. That means B acts as reducing agent. Next, if there is no A, is this B is going to oxidize? AO is not there. B is not oxidized. That means in the presence of AO, that B is the oxidizing. That means AO is considered as oxidizing agent. AO is considered as oxidizing agent. B is considered as reducing agent. So oxidizing agent is also called as oxidant. Reducing agent is also called as reductant. These are the other words. These are the other words. So very, very important, my dear boys. Don't be confused. A substance which is reduced acts as oxidizing agent. A substance which is oxidized acts as reducing agent. Acts as reducing agent. So very, very important. Which is oxidized acts as reducing agent. Which acts as which is involved in reduction acts as oxidizing agent. Which is involved in oxidation acts as reducing agent. Acts as reducing agent. That means all oxidation properties are applicable for reducing agent. All reduction properties are applicable for oxidizing agent. For oxidizing agent. So this is about your oxidation, reduction, and some other conditions. Are these clear or not? Are these clear or not? Which is oxidized acts as reducing agent. Which is reduced acts as oxidizing agent. In a redox reaction, both oxidation and reduction takes place. One element is going to oxidize, another element is reduced. So that element which is involved in oxidation acts as reducing agent. That element which is involved in reduction acts as oxidizing agent. Simple, and all those are exactly there. Okay, so which is reduced acts as oxidizing agent. Which is oxidized acts as reducing agent. Acts as reducing agent. So everything is there. All those in towards this reactant, no product condition. So products are not needed here. Okay. So this is about oxidation and reduction. So the reaction having both oxidation and reduction simultaneously is considered as a redox reaction. Tell me, this is the situation here. Now I'm going to explain oxidation states here. See here. What is the oxidation state of A here? Here oxygen is there. Oxygen generally has minus 2 oxidation state. No doubt. Oxidation state of this A is +1. Oxidation state of A here it is +1. Now, what is the oxidation state of A here? It is 0. That means oxidation state of A is changed from +2 to 0. That means oxidation state value increased or decreased for that A? No doubt it decreased. +2 is higher than the 0. That is why value is decreased. Decrease in oxidation state of an element is reduction. Now it is reduction. Decrease in oxidation state is reduction. Now here B oxidation state is 0. There B oxidation state is +2. Oxidation state of B is increased from 0 to +2. Increase in oxidation state is nothing but oxidation. Now B is oxidized. Now B is oxidized. So either losing of electrons or gaining of electrons. So frequently we are using like that. So losing of electrons and gaining of electrons. So see here, A is changed to A plus 2. That means oxidation state of A is 0. Here oxidation state of A is plus 1. It is possible by losing 2 electrons. By losing 2 electrons. So 2 electrons are lost. That is why A is changed to A plus 1. Now this is no doubt oxidation. That is oxidation is nothing but losing of electrons. Oxidation is nothing but losing of electrons. Similarly, see here B gains 2 electrons, converts into Bn. B minus 2. B gains 2 electrons, converts into B minus. Here B oxidation state 0, there B oxidation state minus 2. So 0 to minus 2, our value is decreased. Value is decreased. Okay, according to that, I will expand here. It is not according to that, it is opposite to that one. So see here. Here A plus 2 takes 2 electrons, converts into A. A value is 0. A plus 2 takes 2 electrons, converts into A1. A 0. That means it is gaining of electrons. Gaining of electrons. So gaining of electrons is nothing but reduction. Gaining of electrons is nothing but reduction. That is A plus 2 change it to A0 means that is reduction. Here A is going to reduce that. Next, here B is in 0. So that B converts into B plus 2 by the loss of electrons. By the loss of electrons. That means losing of electrons is oxidation. So loss of electrons is equal to oxidation. No doubt, here B 0 to plus 2 is increased. Increase in oxidation state here, decrease in oxidation state here. It is increase in oxidation state. Increase in oxidation state is oxidation, decrease in oxidation state is reduction. That decrease in oxidation state is due to gaining of electrons. That increase in oxidation state is due to losing of electrons. Losing of electrons. This is all about your oxidation and reduction. So the element which is involved in reduction acts as oxidizing agent. That is involved in oxidation acts as reducing agent. So oxidation takes place only in the presence of oxidizing agent. Reduction takes place only in the presence of reducing agent. If there is no reducing agent, there is no reduction. There is no oxidizing agent, there is no oxidation. So these are uniting processes, that is combined process. So no oxidation if there is no reduction. No reduction if there is no oxidation. So these are all about your oxidation and reduction and oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So all these are clear or not? So now I'm going to explain redox reaction. What are redox reactions? A redox reaction having both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. So it is an example to redox reaction. Now what are the types of these redox reactions? So now our topic is types of redox reactions. Now, types of redox reaction. Every redox reaction is under 4 types. Maybe the redox reactions are 4 types. 4 types of redox reactions are available. Those are combination reactions, chemical combination. Second one, decomposition reactions. Decomposition reactions. Third one, displacement reactions. Displacement reactions. Fourth one, sorry my dear boys, it is 5 types. Displacement reactions. And the next one is disproportionation reactions. Disproportionation reactions. And the 5th one is comproportionation reactions. These are 5 types of redox reactions. Chemical combination, chemical decomposition, chemical displacement, that is disproportionation and comproportionation. Among all these, this is too much important condition. That is disproportionation reaction. Okay, one by one we are going to discuss here. So chemical combination, chemical decomposition, chemical displacement, disproportionation and comproportionation. So see here. Combination means combining, and when two or more elements or compounds are going to combine each other and give a single compound. See here. Carbon reacts with oxygen, gives carbon dioxide. Here, these are the two chemicals combined with each other, gives a single component. Combination takes place, combining taking place in combination. Here, the oxygen state of carbon is 0 and the oxygen also 0, but here oxygen state of carbon is +4, oxygen is -2. These are the oxygen states of those elements. Now, here oxygen state 0 to +4 increased, and here oxygen state is 0 to -2 decreased. Increasing condition is oxidation, decreasing condition is reduction. It is a reaction having both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. That means when carbon graphite combining with oxygen gives carbon dioxide is nothing but a redox reaction. In this, combination takes place. It is an example to combination reaction. So similarly, S plus O2 gives SO2. Here sulfur 0, oxygen 0. Here sulfur +4, oxygen -1. Those are the oxygen states of those elements. So that means this reaction is also an example to a combination reaction, chemical combination reactions. So these are combination reactions. So combination reactions in this case are a redox reactions. Are these clear? Combination reactions are redox reactions. Okay. Next one. Decomposition reactions. Decomposition means a single compound break down into two or more compounds. In this previous case, two or more compounds or elements are combining with each other to give a single compound. Now it is exactly reverse to that one. Now chemical decomposition reactions. What is chemical decomposition? So see here. KClO3, potassium chlorate, on heating in the presence of catalyst, that gives KCl plus O2 only. On heating gives KCl plus O2. So for balancing situation, that is 2 KClO3 gives 2 KCl plus 3 O2. So these are the reactions. See here, once again I am writing here clearly. 2 KClO3 gives 2 KCl plus 3 O2 on heating. Now, a compound breaks down into two or more compounds, that is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. In this decomposition reaction, we are going to observe the oxidation states of elements. Here, potassium is in +1 state. Chlorine, it is in +5. Calculate, let it be X. Just our previous method. So calculate the chlorine oxidation state, which is +5. Here, oxygen is -2. Oxygen is in -2 oxidation state. Here, potassium is in +1 oxidation state, chlorine is in -1 oxidation state, oxygen is in 0 oxidation state. Oxygen is in 0 oxidation state. These are the different oxidation states of those elements in reactant side and product side. So check once again. Here, chlorine oxidation state +5 is changed to -1. Chlorine oxidation state +5 is changed to -1. Now that is decrease in oxidation state, nothing but reduction. Here chlorine is reduced. Here chlorine is reduced. Next, here oxygen oxidation is -2. There it is converted into 0. -2 to 0 value is increased. Nothing but oxidation. Nothing but oxidation. That means during this decomposition reaction, chlorine is reduced, oxygen is oxidized. Therefore, it has both oxidation and reduction. Therefore, it is an example to a redox reaction. It is example to a redox reaction. It has both oxidation and reduction. Okay. So now I'm going to give one more example. So see here. So this is once again I'm going to explain combination reaction. See here. CaCO3, calcium carbonate, on heating gives calcium oxide plus CO2. And calcium oxide plus CO2. Is this a redox reaction or not? Tell me, my dear boys. CaCO3 gives CaO plus CO2. Tell me, is this a redox reaction or not? No doubt. Is this decomposition or not? First of all, give me your information. Is this decomposition or not? So the compound is going to break down into two other compounds. It is a decomposition. Is this decomposition reaction is a redox reaction or not? Give me your answer. Yes, it is decomposition. But it is redox reaction or not? Rakshit, you are correct. Is it yes or no? Balaji, yes. Harshit, no. See here, I'm explaining. Here. Calcium is the second group element. So its oxygen state is +2. We don't know the carbon oxygen state, but oxygen oxygen state is -2. By calculating the carbon oxygen state, it is +4. And after calculation, let it be taken as X. So finally, the carbon has +4 oxygen state. Next, in CaO, carbon is in +2, oxygen is in -2. And in CO2, carbon is in +4, oxygen is in -2. These are the oxygen states of those elements in reactant side and product side. So give which element is going to increase in oxygen state and which is in decrease in oxygen state. Tell me. Here calcium +2, there also calcium +2. Here carbon +4, there also carbon +4. Here oxygen is -2, there and here both cases oxygen is -2. That means no element oxygen state increased and no element oxygen state decreased. That means no oxidation takes place, no reduction takes place. Therefore, it is a decomposition reaction, but not a redox reaction. It is a decomposition reaction, but not a redox. That means all decomposition reactions need not to be a redox reaction. All decomposition reactions need not to be a redox reaction. Now I am going to give one more example. So tell me your answer for this decomposition reaction. That is MgCO3 gives MgO plus CO2. Now give your answer. Is this decomposition or not? Is this decomposition or not? MgCO3 gives MgO plus CO2. Is this decomposition reaction or not? First give my answer, my question answer. Is this decomposition or not? Next, is this next one? Is this redox reaction or not? Is this redox reaction or not? No. So no doubt, just like this, same condition of also. It is a decomposition reaction, but not a redox reaction. Why, sir? See here. Here magnesium is in +2 oxygen state. Or carbon is in +4 oxygen state. Oxygen is in -2 oxygen state. Here +2 oxygen state, -2 oxygen state, +4 oxygen state, -2 oxygen state. No element oxygen state increased, no one is decreased. That's why it is a decomposition reaction, but not a redox reaction. So finally, we are going to conclude that all decomposition reactions need not to be a redox reaction. But if there is an oxidation and reduction takes place, no doubt that should be a redox reaction. Some of the decomposition reactions are redox reactions, but some are non-redox reactions, but those are decomposition reactions. Examples are these. These are the examples. Okay, so this is about combination and decomposition. Now I am going to discuss displacement. And what is the meaning of displacement? Displacement is nothing but replacement. And combination, no doubt, most of the cases that may also possible or not possible, no problem. So, but check your conditions, check your oxidation states. Okay, so next, displacement. So now our topic is displacement reactions. Okay, see here, displacement reactions. It is the third type of redox reaction, a displacement reaction. What is a displacement reaction? So displacement means replacement. Displacement is nothing but replacement. Okay, so see here, replacement reaction, that is substitution. So that means a metal is replaced with another metal, or a non-metal is also replaced with another non-metal. That means metal displacement is possible and a non-metal displacement is possible. That's why displacement reactions are two types. That is metal-metal displacement, metal-metal displacement, and non-metal displacement. A non-metal is replaced with another non-metal, a metal is replaced with another non-metal. That's why displacement reactions are two types: metal-metal displacement reactions, non-metal displacement reactions. Non-metal displacement reactions. So these displacement reactions are helpful to find out, to generate electricity. To generate electricity. That means these are helpful in galvanic cells. That is a cell which generates current, which generates current from by using redox reactions. In those redox reactions, we use displacement reactions. Okay, so later we are discussing that galvanic cells concept. So now here, metal-metal displacement and non-metal displacement. See here. See here, an element X is there that reacts with Y and Z, that gives XZ plus Y. XZ plus Y, or XY plus Z. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. That means here X is replaced Y or X is replaced Z. If it is replaced Y, this is the product. If it is replaced Z, this is the product. That means replacement takes place. This type of reactions are nothing but displacement reactions. This type of reactions are nothing but displacement reactions. Now, if it is metal, it is also metal displacement. If it is non-metal, it is also non-metal. There is non-metal displacement. So that's why two types of displacements are possible. So see here one example. Metal displacement. Metal displacement reactions. What is metal displacement? See here. Let us take zinc metal reacts with copper sulfate solution. It is a solid. It is aqueous condition. Zinc metal reacts with copper sulfate solution. That gives ZnSO4. That is in aqueous condition. Plus copper metal solid is formed. This is the reaction. Here, one metal is displaced with another metal. Which displaces which? Here, zinc displaces copper. That's why copper is coming out and zinc is substituted there. Copper is coming out, so zinc is substituted. So what are the oxidation states of these elements? See here, zinc oxidation state is 0. But here zinc oxidation state is +2. Here copper oxidation state is +2. But here copper oxidation state is 0. Copper oxide. There sulfur, SO4, total -2, there also -2. So other elements oxidation states are not changed. Only these are the oxidation states changed. So what happened here? What happened here? Here 0 to +2, oxidation state increased. That is oxidized. Oxidized. Here +2 to 0, oxidation state decrease. That is why it is reduced. It is reduced. That means a reduction and oxidation takes place. It is a redox reaction, but one metal is displaced with another metal. One metal displaces another metal. Okay, so this is very, very important. So a metal is displaced with another metal. A metal is displaced with another metal. So that is a metal-metal displacement reaction. Metal-metal displacement reaction. Very, very important. Okay, so during this process, so copper metal is deposited. It is deposited. A metal and not it is possible. That is part type. I will explain. So this is metal-metal displacement. So similarly, some examples are V2O5. Here vanadium and reacts with calcium, that gives CaO plus Vn. So unbalanced running. So check once again. So vanadium is replaced with calcium. A metal and metal replacement reaction. Next, Cr2O3, potassium, that is chromic oxide. This one reacts with aluminum metal, that gives Al2O3 plus Cr. Al2O3 plus Cr. Here chromium is replaced with aluminum. Similarly, Fe2O3, this reacts with aluminum metal, that gives Al2O3 plus Fen. So these are the two important reactions which are used in the extraction of chromium or iron. Here aluminum, here 0, here is aluminum plus 3. Aluminum oxidation state increase, that is why oxidized. So that element involved in oxidation acts as a reducing agent. Now in this reaction, aluminum is the reducing agent. So aluminum acts as reducing agent that generates chromium metal and iron metal. That's why these are the extractions of iron and chromium in the metallurgy. In metallurgy, some metals act as reducing agents to extract another metal. Another metals. So those metals which act as reducing agents are active than other metals. That is, when compared to iron, aluminum is active. When compared to chromium, aluminum is active. That is, those active metals act as reducing agent to non-active metals. So these are very, very important. So very, very important. So here, chromium and so these two reactions are used in extracts of iron. Goldsmith alumino-Dharmi process. That is Goldsmith alumino-Dharmi process. There, these reactions are used. It is a thermite welding. So these reactions in this condition, aluminum is available in liquid state. Iron is available in liquid state. This iron liquid is used for welding rails and train tracks. So those train tracks rails are going to cut. Automatically, those are welded with this liquid metals, this liquid iron. So this is the thermite welding. That the technique is called as thermite welding. So there, aluminum acts as best reducing agent to generate that iron metal. So these are some applications of these metal-metal reaction displacements. Here, one metal is displaced with another metal. Yes, one metal is displaced with another metal. Next one. Another one, that is non-metal displacement. B, non-metal displacement. Non-metal. One non-metal is displaced with another non-metal. So see here, in previous case, most reducing agent displaces less reducing agent. Most reducing agent displaces less one. So most active metal displaces less active. Most active means best reducing agent. Most active means best reducing agent. Or alkali metals are best reducing agents. And those are considered active metals. Alkaline earth metals are also active metals, but not alkali metals, but not more than that of alkali metals. When compared to alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, alkali metals are most active metals than that of alkaline earth metals. But both are activated, no doubt. Okay. So see here, a non-metal displaces non-metal. So let us take halogens. Halogens. What are those halogens? 17 group elements: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are the halogens. So generally these are non-metals. These are non-metals. Halogens are non-metals. So these non-metals are good oxidizing agents. That is nothing but oxidants. Good oxidizing agents or oxidants. That oxidizing property, decreases down the group. Down the group. And that means the order of oxidizing property is fluorine greater than, bromine greater than, iodine. Oxidizing property. Oxidizing property is fluorine greater than, bromine greater than, iodine. So see here, my dear boys. So fluorine, yes, displaces chlorine, bromine, and iodine from their elements, from their compounds. And that means, for example, when fluorine reacts with KCl, here is Cl. The Cl is in compound formation, compound stated. That gives Kf plus Cl2. That is, fluorine displaces chlorine. Next, if fluorine reacts with KBr, same reaction possible. Kf plus Br2. Kf plus Br2. That means Kf reacts with Ira. That gives Kf plus I2. Kf plus I2. All these reactions are possible. Upper halogen displaces lower halogens from its compounds. So the statement is upper halogen displaces lower halogen from its compounds. Upper halogen displaces lower halogen from its compounds. Similarly, see here. Chlorine displaces bromine. Chlorine displaces iodine. But not chlorine displaces chlorine. Chlorine doesn't displace fluorine because fluorine is more strong oxidizing agent than chlorine. Next, see here. Bromine displaces iodine, but not chlorine and fluorine. Iodine never displaces any halogen. So it is the dummy one. So see here, is this reaction possible or not possible? Tell me. Now, Ki reacts with Br2 gives KBr plus I2. This reaction is possible or not possible? Tell me, my dear boys, yes or no? This reaction is possible or not possible? That means iodine is displaced by bromine. Yes or no? Yes. Yes, it is correct. Because it is upper halogen, it is lower halogen. Upper halogen displaces lower halogen. Okay. Now, what about this reaction? What about this reaction? That is KCl plus Br2 gives KBr plus Cl2. Unbalanced one, no problem. So tell me the reaction. Is this reaction possible or not possible? That this reaction is possible or not possible? See carefully, my dear boys. Possible or not possible? Finally, tell me. Once again, tell me. Finally, now tell me the answer. See carefully. KCl reacts with Br2 gives KBr plus Cl2. Possible or impossible? No doubt, not possible at all. This is possible at all. Not possible. This is possible. So see here, it is lower halogen, it is upper halogen. Lower halogen cannot displace upper halogen. That means the reaction is not possible. The reaction is not possible. So the number of times some reactions are given to you. Which of the following reactions are possible or not possible? Just like this, you can predict it. Just like this, you can predict. That means here one halogen is replaced with another halogen. That means one non-metal displaced by another non-metal. It is totally based on their oxidizing property. Metal-metal displacement is totally based on reducing property. Non-metal property is totally based on oxidizing property. Oxidizing property. There is another type. Metal and metal displacement, non-metal displacement. Now one is a metal displaces non-metal. A metal displaces non-metal element. Okay, so see here. There is a third type, not only two types, it is third type may also exist. That is third type. That is metal displaces non-metal. Metal displaces non-metal. It is third type. Right? This may also possible. See the reaction. That is when sodium reacts with HCl. Sodium reacts with HCl, that gives NaCl plus H2. Hydrogen gas is liberated. That means sodium displaces hydrogen. Next, when zinc reacts with H2SO4, dilute H2SO4, that gives ZnSO4 plus H2 gas. That means a metal displaces non-metal. Hydrogen is non-metal anyway. That is why hydrogen is liberated as hydrogen gas. That means these metals, so these are nothing but acid standing. These are acid standing. Dilute acids. When a metal displaces hydrogen, that too from dilute acids, those metals are called as active metals. Zinc is active metal. Sodium is active metal. All alkali metals are active metals. What are those active metals? Those metals when react with the dilute acids and liberates hydrogen gas. Here a metal displaces non-metal. It is a metal non-metal displacement reaction. No doubt these are also a redox reactions. Here sodium is 0, here is sodium is +1. Sodium is oxidized, increase in oxide state, oxide state. Here hydrogen is +1, here hydrogen is 0. So hydrogen is reduced, decrease in oxide state. Okay, it is a redox reaction, but a metal displaces non-metal. A metal displaces non-metal. These are redox reactions. This type of reactions are also possible. So those metals which displaces hydrogen from acids, dilute acids, are nothing but active metals. So our alkali metals and alkali metals are all considered as good active metals. Why those are active metals? Because all those metals displaces hydrogen from respect to acids. Okay, these are metal, non-metal. A metal displaces non-metal variety. It is also possible. These are some type of displacement reactions. These are some types of displacement reactions. Are these clear, my dear boys? One type of redox reactions. Okay. Now there are two more reactions. That is disproportionation reactions and comproportionation reactions. So among them, disproportionation reactions are very, very important. Okay, see here. Now our topic is disproportionation reactions. Before going to disproportionation reactions, I am going to conclude up to now what happened here. Up to now, see here, when zinc reacts with copper sulfate, gives ZnSO4 plus copper. Here, zinc oxidation Z02 plus 2 increased. That means oxidized. Here, copper oxidation state +2 to 0 value decreased. That means reduction. That means no doubt it is a redox reaction. In this redox reaction, zinc is oxidized, copper is reduced. one element is oxidized, another element is reduced. So one element is oxidized and another element is reduced. That is the redox reaction. In all these reactions, what I explained in up to this concept, one element is going to oxidize and the another element is going to reduce it. So that means one element is oxidized, another element is reduced. Now our topic is a disproportionate reaction. See here, it is the fourth type of reaction. That is a disproportionation reaction. It is a disproportionation reaction. What is this disproportionate reaction? See here. In this case, a single element involved in both oxidation and reduction. In disproportionation reaction, only a single element, only one element, for example, oxygen. Oxygen is oxidized, oxygen is reduced. Or sulfur is oxidized, sulfur is reduced. Or chlorine is oxidized, chlorine is reduced. A single element involved in both oxidation and reduction. A single element involved in both oxidation and reduction, that type of reaction is called as a disproportionation reaction. So what is disproportionate reaction? In a redox reaction, a single element involved in both oxidation and reduction. A single element involved in both oxidation and reduction, that is called as a disproportionation reaction. See here, I am going to explain here. So here, zinc is oxidized, copper is reduced, that is not a disproportionation reaction. So the best example for that one is, a simple example for that one is, see here, decomposition of H2O2. H2O gives, on heating, H2O plus O2. Is this decomposition reaction or not? Tell me, my boys. H2O2 break down into H2 and O2. Is this decomposition or not? Is this decomposition or not? Tell me yes or no. Yes. So that is why, because it is decomposition, this is the word. This means decomposition. That word this is coming from decomposition. Okay. So this is a decomposition reaction. Here I am going to write oxidation states of the elements. Here hydrogen oxidation state is +1. In peroxide, oxygen oxidation state is -2. Sorry, -1. Am I correct? Here oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Am I correct? Because it is hydrogen peroxide, it is a peroxide. In peroxide, oxygen oxidation state is -1. Only 2 oxygens are there. Those 2 oxygens have -1 oxidation state. Next, here just water only. Here hydrogen oxidation state is +1 and this is -2. Here O2 oxygen oxidation state is 0. 0. So check once again. So which element is oxidized, which element is reduced? Here oxygen -1 to oxygen -2. -1 to -2. Value decreased, reduced. Here -1 to 0. -1 to 0. Value increased, oxidation. Oxidation. So what is that element involved in reduction? Oxygen. What is that element involved in oxidation? Oxygen. That means reduction and oxidation takes place by a single element. That is in decomposition reaction. A single element involved in both oxidation and reduction. That type of reaction is called as a disproportionation because it is taking place in decomposition. That means, so one oxidation state changes to 2 oxidation states. So between these 2 oxidation states, this oxidation state exists. Am I correct? So this is -1 is less than that of +1. -1 is less than that of +1. Just a minute, my dear boys. Sorry, not plus 1. It is plus 2 only. That's why I'm troubled. Minus 1, minus 2. So minus 1 is less than that of minus 2. Minus 1 is, sorry, minus 1 is more than that of minus 2. Minus 1 is less than that of auxiliary. So what is the order? Minus 1, 0, plus 1. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. That means, what is the order here? So this is the middle oxygen state. Middle oxygen. That means oxygen has more than one oxidation state. That means an element, not only oxygen, an element exhibits at least 3 oxidation states may involved in disproportionation reaction. May involved in disproportionation reaction. See here, when compared to minus 1, minus 2. So here is a small mistake here, my dear boys. The order is minus 2, minus 1, 0. So minus 2 is in reactant side, minus 2 and 0 are in product side. That means middle oxidation state, so value decreased and also increased. Middle oxidation state value decreased and also increased. Very, very important. Middle oxidation state. Okay, the element which is in its middle oxidation state may increase its oxidation state, may decrease in oxidation state, then only disproportionate reaction takes place. Then only disproportionation reaction takes place. Very, very important. So the element will at least, what is that element involved in oxidation reduction which is involved in disproportionation? It has at least 3 oxidation states. In reactant, middle oxidation state exists. So if it is involved in the reaction, so one oxidation state is lower than that middle and one is higher than that middle end. Then only disproportionate reaction takes place. So I'm giving one more example here. Take decomposition of H2O2 into H2O and O2 is an example to a disproportionation reaction. Is an example to H2 disproportionation reaction. See here, when chlorine reacts with NaOH, chlorine reacts with NaOH, that breakdown into, that gives NaCl plus NaOCl plus H2O. It is unbalanced. No need to balance this reaction. Here, chlorine oxidation state in reactant side is 0. Here, chlorine oxidation state is minus 1. Here, chlorine oxidation state is plus 1. That means one oxidation state changes to 2 oxidation states. One is lower than that one, another one is higher than that one. Higher than that. Here, 0 to minus 1, value decreased, reduction. Here 0 to plus 1, value increased, oxidation. So what is that element involved in both oxidation and reduction? Here chlorine involved in both oxidation and reduction. Single element involved in both oxidation and reduction. So one oxidation state break down into 2 oxidation states. One is lower than that one is higher than that one. So middle oxidation state, change it to lower oxidation state and higher oxidation state. That is those elements which have at least 3 oxidation states. At the beginning, it is in middle oxidation state. So then its value may be increased and decreased. Then only the disproportionation reaction takes place. Here chlorine is involved in disproportionation reaction. So sometimes this reaction may also take place as NaCl plus NaClO3 plus H2O. Depending on the situations of the NaOH, concentrated NaOH or dilute NaOH. So if it is a dilute case, this is the reaction takes place. If it is concentrated case, this is the reaction takes place. Here chlorine oxidation state minus 1. Here chlorine oxidation state plus 5. So 0 to minus 1 reduction, 0 to plus 5 oxidation, same chlorine involved in both oxidation and reduction, then only the reaction takes place. It is proportionate reaction. So is this clear? Did you understand my concept? Did you understand? Disproportionation cases. Middle oxidation state is converted into its higher oxidation state and its lower oxidation state. At least 3 minimum oxidation states exhibited by that element involved in disproportionation. So in this case, decomposition takes place and chlorine decomposes to Cl minus and Cl plus. Decomposition takes place. Okay. Now calm proportionation reaction. Calm proportionation reaction. Calm proportionation reaction. What is calm proportionation? In disproportionation, dis means decomposition. In calm means combination. Here combination reaction takes place. In previous, decomposition reaction takes place. So that means it is exactly reverse to that of decomposition reaction, disproportionate reaction. It is reverse to disproportionation. It is reversed to disproportionation. In disproportionation, one oxidation state changes to two oxidation states. It is in disproportionation reaction. In calm proportionation, two oxidation states changes to one oxidation state. Combination takes place. Two oxidation states changes to one oxidation state. That is, combination gives condition. That means two oxidation states converted into middle oxidation state. One is lower, it is lower oxidation state. It is higher oxidation state. This is the middle oxidation state. In the previous case, it is the middle oxidation state. It is the higher one. It is the lower one. Lower one. So this case is disproportionation. This case is calm proportionation. See here. Here also calm proportionation takes place if element having at least 3 oxidation states. At least 3 oxidation states. So lower and upper higher oxidation states converts into middle oxidation state. Check once again. See here. Copper plus 2 oxidation states combined with copper which is in 0 oxidation state. So these two combinations gives 2 Cu plus 1 oxidation state. CuSO4 or simply say I am going to take CuCl2 reacts with copper gives CuCl. 2 CuCl. Both are same, right? It is in ionic form, it is in molecular form. Here copper is in plus 2 oxidation state. Here copper is in 0 oxidation state. Here copper is in plus 1 oxidation state. So plus 2 to 0 decrease, reduction. 0 to plus 1 increase oxidation. That means both oxidation takes place, reduction takes place with copper. But 2 oxidation state on combination gives a single oxidation state. Middle oxidation state. It is due to combination, that is why it is calm proportionation. In previous case, decomposition takes place, that is disproportionation. So both calm proportionation, disproportionate reactions are opposite in cases. So elements having at least minimum 3 oxidation states are exist, and only those reactions are possible. And a single element involved in both oxidation and reduction, if it is decomposition, that is disproportionation. If it is combination, that is calm proportionation reaction. These are the different types of redox reactions takes place in our reduction and oxidation conditions. So these are the different types of redox reactions. So okay. So